Okay, moving on. Question number 2 has come in here from Jay. Hi there, Jay. Thanks for being part of the amazing WiggyWam community and for submitting your question here. So Jay's question, it's quite a long one here, so I'm just going to blast through it. Jay says, we are first-time buyers and our offer was accepted for a property in September last year. We locked in a good deal with the lender before the increase in interest rates. The property is empty. The owner unfortunately died 8 months before the property was listed, and we were told it was in probate, which started soon after the owner died. We thought we'd be in by Christmas, but it's now March, and we are no further forward. The selling solicitor is a total nightmare, ignoring us when they said that, and when we did get to speak once with him, he was evasive about the probate situation, which he told us had been applied for early last year. We've now just been told that probate was only started in December 22, and the seller solicitor is chasing things up. It's now March 23, and our mortgage offer expires beginning of May, and we've been refused an extension other than a 2-week grace period. Is there anything we can do to make the sale go through on time? We also thought if we had to get a new mortgage, that we could ask the seller to accept a reduced offer to compensate for the increase in mortgage payments, which adds an extra £250 a month to our mortgage. I also want to submit a formal complaint about the seller solicitor, as it's their incompetence that has put us in this situation. Who is best to report him to? Wow. Okay, Jay, that's quite a lengthy question. And I'm sorry to hear that you're in this position. It does sound as though the seller solicitor has been dragging their feet in terms of getting this deal put together and actually the probate granted so that you can actually proceed to purchase. Now, there's a lot going on, so I'm just going to filter out what I think is most relevant to help you get things sorted. I'm going to suggest, with at the risk of upsetting you, that this deal is not going to get done by the time your mortgage offer expires. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would go back to your broker and I would kick around options that are available. It sounds like you've already done that to some extent, but I would go back and talk to them and say, you know, what are our options? Because rates are beginning to settle a little bit, although there is still this uncertainty in the banking system. I'd go back and first of all talk to your mortgage broker, see what your options are, and then you're going to have more ammunition to then go back to the estate agent to try and sort this situation out. Okay. The reason I suggest this is the way forward is because, as you've already highlighted, the financial situation that you're being put into makes you a lot worse off based on the delays that you've already encountered. So I'd then go back to the estate agent and look to reduce your offer on the basis of the financial penalty that you're now incurring, which is effectively what it is. Okay. Now, the estate agent might not like that, but the flip side is, as the market is beginning to cool off, there may not be any other buyers about, and particularly with a situation where a property is going through probate, if there are a number of beneficiaries, you are going to encounter one of two situations. If there's a lot of beneficiaries, the reduction in your offer isn't going to make that much difference to them financially, individually. Okay, so they might be prepared to just accept your offer just to get on with it, and make sure that they've got a ready buyer who will complete once probate's granted. The other side of the coin might be that they are a greedy beneficiary from the sale who want every penny possible, and they're going to reject any reduced offer on the property. Okay, so you're going to be in a catch-22, and what I would encourage you to do, therefore, is to be prepared to walk away from the deal. And that is a difficult situation for a lot of potential buyers to be in, because they don't want to lose the property that they've invested their heart and soul in and started to invest money. Okay, now, Jay, this is one of the reasons why I highly recommend people get their protect their pocket policy in place, purely because you've started the journey, you've started incurring expense, and then when a situation like this crops up, then unfortunately you've lost that money if you then decide to pull out of the deal. And this is what puts so much pressure on people when they're in this position. They don't want to lose the money they've already spent, so they hang on and they hang on and they hang on, and what they lose is 4, 5, 6 months, if not more, of time when they could be looking around for another property. And they wouldn't have lost that time if they got the protect the pocket policy in place, because they could have made a claim on it, and that would have, reimbursed them their expense, and they could then move on to the next property with a bit more experience. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of guidance on why I suggest you get a protect your pocket policy in place. But the key issue is whether or not this thing is going to get probate granted. Probably within the next 6 months. It's possible. Although if the seller's solicitor is dragging their heels, and I can tell you right now that they're more than likely not going to talk to you directly. So, don't bother trying. It's more of a situation to direct your energies through the estate agent and get them to put pressure onto the seller solicitor to try and get this one sorted. And also for the estate agent to speak to the executors of the estate and then get them to put pressure on the seller solicitor to try and sort this out. But it sounds to me as though you've been told some untruths, unfortunately, and you're only going to end up in a situation where you're worse off by the more you hang on. So I would start shopping for other properties. And the reason I say this, Jay, is I'm a big believer in what's meant to be is what's meant to be. So if you lose this property, it usually means there's something better around the corner. And a lot of people have trouble getting their heads around that because they go, no, this is the property I want. This is the one I want. And then they get so worked up and they get so emotionally invested in it. And they get so frustrated when it's not happening, and it ends up driving them, crackers. And my view is, well, if it's not meant to be, just let it go. Something better will come in, and I've had this happen so many times with people who were buying a property. The deal didn't happen as they thought it would. Something went wrong, and then you speak to the buyers after they bought another property and they've been in the property 6 months, and they're like, we're just so much happier here, we're just so much better off. So that's the angle I would take. In terms of submitting formal complaints, I mean, I understand your frustration. I understand your reason for doing so. You can put a complaint in writing to the solicitors themselves and ask them who their ask them for a copy of their complaints procedure, and that will guide you through the process that you need to go to before you then go to the authorities. But again, I'll be honest with you, you're probably on a bit of a hiding to nowhere with it. You're probably going to invest a lot of time and energy into doing that. And not actually get very far other than more frustrated. So I'm just trying to give you the benefit of my experience, Jay. Look around for another property, see what you can find. If this one does come good, then great, obviously go with it. But I think save yourself the time and the frustration, look around at other things, and then, if something good comes up, great. If something doesn't, or this one comes back, then you're in a no-lose situation, aren't you, really? So I hope that helps, Jay. Give it your best shot. We're here to help you at any point. If there's anything else that you might want to run through, then let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any more questions you may have. All right, Jay, thanks for your question. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Thank you for joining me here this week on this week's webinar. It's been fantastic, as always, to get back in the saddle and start answering your property questions. We're here doing this every single week, and if you've got property questions that you'd like to send in to us, you can do that via email, which is happytohelp@wiggywam.co.uk. That's happytohelp@wiggywam.co.uk. You can find us on Twitter. Twitter handle is @WiggyWam_UK. That's @WiggyWam_UK. Or you can go to our website, which is wiggywam.co.uk. You can sign up, join, get a free profile on there, and start getting yourself immersed into the WiggyWam community. You're going to find a host of information, blogs, videos, all sorts of great resources on there that will help you with your property investment journey or your property journey if you're looking at buying as a first-time buyer or a second-time home mover. Or if you've never bought in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, we're here to help you with your house move there as well. So that is wiggywam.co.uk, and you can send us questions directly through the messaging system there as well, which will be fantastic. So I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. As I say, we are on for week 26 next week, which is going to be really exciting. And we've got some amazing things in the pipeline that are going to be part of the WiggyWam community. So stay tuned. Thank you for all your love and support. We're getting an incredible amount of interest and traction on our website right now. If you haven't submitted blogs or you haven't submitted videos to our news page on our website, I'm going to encourage you to start doing that right now, because I'm seeing huge traction, and I'm not just making this up. Go and check it out yourself. we're seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of views on these videos right now, and on blogs. People are putting blogs on there, getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,000 or more views and interactions on their blogs on there right now. So we're getting huge amounts of traction, and I'm really grateful for every single one of you for being part of the amazing WiggyWam community. And if there's anything that we can do to support you, please do let us know. So that's it for me this week. Thank you once again for your love, care, and attention. Wishing you all the very best for the coming week, and have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you same time, same place next week. All right. Thanks ever so much, guys. You take care. Be good. Bye-bye.